Hello everyone, and how's it going today? Welcome back to the channel. Got my 2022 F350 Tremor with the 7.3 behind me. Just figured I'd do a quick little 10,000 mile review. I'm just under 10,000 miles. Figured I'd go over the truck, how it's been, fuel mileage, some of the more newer modifications. I've already done a video with the early modifications. I've done a few things since then. I've done a tonneau cover. I did the bedrug. I did the tinted windows. I did an exhaust, and I did a stereo. I am not going to do the full stereo install video right here, but I'll give you a quick little overview of what I got. But I will show you the exhaust, maybe a little bit of a burnout, let you hear what it sounds like. But we'll start with the tonneau cover and the bedrug. All right, so the tonneau cover is the one from Ford Accessories. I used my points from purchasing two different Tremors. They add up real quick, but it is I think the brand is Rev, but it is their roll top tonneau cover. Seals very good. Right here up against this, I would not say that it seals spectacular, but the sides and the front all seal really good. It's a very nice tonneau cover. I believe it retails for right around $1,200, but I mean, it's worth it. I'll show you how it looks when it's open and rolled up, and also then show you the bedrug. So as you can see, the bedrug's in there. I had to modify it because I have the gooseneck package, and I left the ball and the hookups in there for the chains just to show you guys what it's like with that. So to open this, all you got to do is pull this, and it doesn't always work with one hand, but it usually does. Usually it'll release both of them, and I can roll it all the way back with one hand. So I'll get that going. I just got to try to do all this with one hand and the step and everything. But we'll roll it back and show you what it's like. So that's what it looks like when it's all the way rolled back. It's pretty nice. Got a little, says Ford right there, has these straps right here that go and they hook in behind it to hold it in place so you could drive with it open. So that's the tonneau cover. It locks into this track, so it works pretty good. You can't, I mean, you could break into the bed of the truck when everything's locked, but I think it's pretty secure. So now we'll get to the bedrug. I got the rubberized bedrug. I don't know exactly what it's called. I can't remember. But I took all of the cleats off, cut where the lights go. I kind of messed up on that one a little bit right there. But still, it don't look too bad. I took all of them out. You can still get all your tie downs in the corners. All of it. Still use everything. I took all that off, cut around it and everything. So what I did for this, as you can see, I cut holes in the bottom of it. Maybe it was crazy, but being that I have the gooseneck package and I now have a gooseneck trailer, I wanted to make it to where it's still usable, but I wanted the bedrug, especially when you're getting in here to put the ball in and then you got to hook up and all that stuff. It's much better crawling around on a soft padded bedrug than on a metal bed. It's really nice. I like it. You know, you could pressure wash it out, which I have a couple times. Right now it's a little dirty, but it's not bad. I really like it. So as far as the exhaust, now that we're back here, this tip, the tip is just a cheap Amazon tip. It actually was black. It is no longer. I need to paint it with a little better paint, but it all pretty much burnt off within the first couple thousand miles. But what I did for the exhaust was I had a buddy do some cutting and welding for me. He does a great job. This is like his fourth exhaust system for me. So I kept the stock front resonator. It's the dual in single out resonator. We cut right there, rotated the piece a little bit, kept that stock mid piece just to make it a little more removable if needed. Comes straight on back to a Borla XR1. It is a 3.5 in, 3.5 out, so I had to buy a 3 to 3.5 inch adapter right there. And then it just goes back right to the stock tailpipe. Stock tailpipe goes all the way back from right there, comes right to here, to this not so beautiful Amazon tip. This started off as a black tip, but I live on a gravel driveway and it didn't last too long. I'm going to repaint pretty much from that little tiny resonator to there once I get it all cleaned up, and I'll use some high temp paint or some, a lot of people have said they use oven paint. So that's it for the exhaust. I will do a little sound clip for you here and a burnout. So after the exhaust comes the stereo. Like I say, I'm not going to do the full stereo install or anything like that in this video. I'll just give you a quick little overview. I went with MTI. I got their tweeters up here, mids in the front doors, mids in the back doors, all focal. Then I did a JL sub. I did the Zen control box, I guess, and the JL 900 watt 5-channel amp. Got all that installed really good. In the next video, I'll do a little bit of a how-to and a few tips that I learned along the way. I did have most of it installed by a buddy's shop, but I had to do a couple little things myself just because I wanted a little bit different. But that's it for that. That's it for the quick little stereo review. Then the last modification that I've done since the last video, I had the front door windows tinted to match the back doors. I think it's 25% on the front doors. And I also had 50% put on the windshield. You can't even really tell. You can still see through there. Doesn't really change your night vision at all. But what it does, it keeps all the glare off your face while you're driving. I mean, it definitely is a big difference as far as the heat and everything in the truck. Makes a big difference. But really, I mean, you can see right here, there's no windshield and there's with the windshield. No windshield with the windshield. Not much of a difference on the inside, but I tell you what, it does make a difference. So now that we've went over all the newer modifications, let's talk about the first 10,000 miles of ownership. So far in the first 10,000 miles, I have had 0 issues at all. I've done a lot of towing, drove all the way down to Dallas, Texas to pick up this big, beautiful 40-foot gooseneck trailer for my side-by-sides. Towed that all the way back, no issues. Took it already with 2 side-by-sides and a dirt bike inside. Went to the Badlands in Indiana. I mean, it's towed great. I cannot complain at all about the first 10,000 miles of ownership. Mileage, not spectacular. I mean, I think my overall, I have not reset trip number 2, and overall I'm seeing just under 10, but that's with a lot of towing. I've also done some 0 to 60 videos, so there's a lot of hammer down moments in that average. I mean, for everyday driving, set the cruise at 70 to 75, I'm seeing about 13, which, no, it's not great, but still a lot of fun to drive, and it's a good truck. I mean, I also did forget to mention, as far as modifications, I did get an SC tuner from 5 Star Tunes. So I will have a video coming about that real soon, where I do comparisons with my diesel Tremor 0 to 60 and now this Tremor 0 to 60. And I've got the different tunes with all their different times. I will be doing a video on that. I also have a lift that I will be putting on. I'll show you that here in a moment. But anyway, as far as any issues with the truck, I have not had any. I really would say, if I had to pick one, it would be that the shifting in the truck from the factory is not great. I mean, even daily driving, everything, the skip shift or whatever you want to call it, where it doesn't shift through every gear. That's not great, but I think that's about the only complaint that I would have if I had to pick one. I have had a couple minor issues with the head unit / stereo where I've had to turn the truck off and reset it. But I think that's just the way that things are these days. I had that in both of my Rams that I had before this. I mean, I think that just, you know, it's a computer system. Sometimes you got to turn it off and reset it. So I'll show you the lift kit that I'm going to put on here maybe in the next couple weeks. And then I'll do a video of the lift while I'm doing it. All right, so here's the lift we're going to be putting on. I got everything from PMF suspension right there. They give you 3 koozies, some stickers. These are the Icon springs. These are supposed to give 2.5 inches of level for a gasser. That's what I have. I got the Bilstein 5100s right there. I got the billet sway bar end links, which I didn't open them all up, but that's what's going to be going on also. And I got the PMF adjustable track bar. So all of that will be going on in the next couple weeks. I will do a very thorough video of the install and review and all that good stuff. So pay attention for that one.